Data at the Ministry of Agriculture suggests that the number of farmers using inorganic fertilizers in Uganda is still low due to wrong perception and poverty leading to the limited access. A member of the Uganda Fertilizer Advisory Council at the Ministry of Agriculture and the head of Agronomy and Advisory Unit at Grainpulse Uganda, Dr. Hilary Rujema Semana, says the increasing farmer sensitization programs by government have triggered into increased fertilizer application.
If people are not using fertilizer, the market is growing, and we're not the only fertilizer company in the country. Many fertilizer companies are existing. You have Viara, you have ETG, you have Grainpulse, you have Uganda Crop Care, you have Bolton. They are all reaching out to the communities across the country. And then remember, there's also the porous borders. So people are bringing in fertilizers. If you go down to Kisoro, Kavale, you go to Manamfa, you go to Namisi in the district, you go to Kapchora, Kwen, a lot of fertilizers are coming.
Dr. Hilary says if Uganda is to elude food insecurity, fight abject poverty as declared in the recently concluded Africa Union Agriculture Summit in Kampala.
So we have a capacity of 300,000 metric tons annually, and we produce right for the smallholder farmer, because we even have some special packages for smallholder farmers, especially like in the Uganda Kingdom, where we have an arrangement up to 5 kilograms, but we do bag from 10, 25 to 50 kg. Then for the commercial farms like the oil palm in Kalangala, Sangobe, and Buvuma, of course the tonnage is much bigger. For the sugar cane Chinyara, where we are supplying a bit of outgrowers in Kakira, the tobacco, Uganda Tobacco Services, and other commercial farms, the volumes also grow bigger. But as we go down to the last mile farmer, we also package according to what the farmer requires.
Uptake of fertilizers and investment in extension are paramount for the fulfillment of the Africa Development Agenda.
To me, I've been at least from the north down to the south, the east and central. Fertilizer usage has actually increased. So now the danger will be misuse of fertilizer, and then, not understanding how to apply the right nutrients, because you're just doing a blanket application of DAP and urea, which have actually not helped the crop and also, increased the soil pH levels. So I feel now this is time when we need more of the extension people to go out there and educate the farmers on the right fertilizers to use and how to apply them, and when to do your soil testing and analysis so that you can have the right recommendations. So we keep thinking that the farmers don't use fertilizer. Well, farmers use fertilizer.
The current data on fertilizer usage in Uganda may not accurately reflect the reality on ground. With several local fertilizer producing companies and significant imports, farmers have access to more fertilizers than previously thought.
We always get their different blends. Of course, there are two considerations we always do here. One is customized blends. That is based on the soil analysis of a particular farmer. Then the other one is the crop specific, where we look at the crop and its requirement. So when we are doing the crop specific, we look at the crop, how much does it require, how much does it require in terms of kilograms of nitrogen, in terms of kilograms of the phosphate, and in terms of kilograms of the potash. So we analyze that information, and then we come out with a formula whereby we are able to obtain an NPK ratio which suits that requirement.
At the same time, synthetic fertilizer has been credited with a dramatic increase in crop production in many parts of the world, making fertilizer cheaper and more abundant. To address this challenge, stakeholders in the fertilizer industry from Grainpulse are working around the clock to produce fertilizer blends to suit the smallholder needs.
So we work with organized groups and farmer cooperatives, as well as the last mile individual farmers. So there are those farmers who can afford as individuals, there are those who can afford as groups, and then they put together their resources and they are able to pay for this service. So we have also what we call the village agents who work closely with those farmers to tell us, this farmer needs to do soil testing, so we go directly to the farmer and do the soil test. If not, the farmer is able to reach our hubs, and then we do the service at the hub level.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.